Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be taking a look at Jason Licht's comments regarding the first round of the NFL draft and the selection of Graham Barton, offensive lineman out of Duke. Firstly, here in the case of if he sees Graham Barton as a center or a guard, we had him as a center, but he can play guard. So, the Buccaneers, first off, view Graham Barton as a center. Jason Licht also loves what he did at the tackle position, talks about versatility and how important that is for the Bucs organization. And according to Jason Licht, they were crossing their fingers hoping that he would make it to them, and he did. It seems like Graham Barton was the guy on the Bucs' mind throughout this entire process. Loves the tenacious playing style. Very good athlete, very good technician as well. Played center his freshman year when there was an injury. They threw him in there really without any practice during training camp and all that stuff at center. Went out there and played lights out. So Jason Licht went back and watched Graham Barton play that 2020 or part of that 2020 season at center and came away very impressed at what he did. He went in there and played lights out. We thought center. So if that pretty much confirms it, Graham Barton is going to be a center moving forward. So that is going to be the first very interesting note to have there. He's had some Ryan Jensen in there, the personality of Tristan Wirfs. So all around, this is a lot of positive things, right? Has a lot of Ali Marpet, multiple-time Pro Bowler for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, some Ryan Jensen and some Tristan Wirfs in there as well. Jason Licht was literally thanking God the way the first round shook out the way it did. Now, Jason Licht did also say that it's impossible to predict what goes on in the first round, especially late in the first round. It fell the only way it could have fallen for us. So, again, Jason Licht was hoping, begging, praying that Graham Barton was going to be there. So he also says, I'm not trying to put his bust in Cam, but we're very happy that we get the guy we targeted. Here's some of the strengths and weaknesses Jason Licht has to say about Graham Barton. He's a rookie, hasn't played in the NFL. He's got all the tools to play in the NFL. Athletic, great base, good anchor, plays with a nasty temperament. All the ingredients that you look for in a Buccaneers offensive line to be a great Buccaneer. They're very excited about that. Now, on how pleased he was when he saw that Dallas traded down, very happy. Yeah, very happy. I'll send them a thank you card because Dallas was one of those teams that a lot of people speculated to take Graham Barton. They decided not to. Jason Licht was obviously extremely worried about that, but it was not the case. On if there was any consideration to trade back, he said yes, that they did have a plan. We had a cutoff. If a certain player was the only one left, we were going to take him. There's a group of players in that category. If they were all gone, then we still liked the players we had on the board, but we were going to try to bail out. We had the opportunity to as well. So, hey, the Bucs had a chance to trade back. They did not trade back and decided to stay and take Graham Barton. Again, the guy that they were targeting this entire time. Now, it does sound like there were a couple of players still on that board at number 26 overall. Could it have been a guy like Jerzon Newton? Could it have been some of the other guys that I had on the big board here? Maybe like a Kool-Aid McKinstry, maybe like a Jackson Powers Johnson. I don't know, but there were still a couple of players on the Bucs board to where they wouldn't have traded out. Jason Licht then talks about the importance of the interior offensive line, getting more physical, getting better. Todd Bowles and Jason Licht had said that since the middle of last year was something they wanted to improve with the interior O-line. So, I mean, that's a pretty big knock on, let's say, left guard and center, you know, to Robert Hainsey and to the left guard position with Matt Filer and some of the other guys that were in there like Aaron Stinney and Nick Leverett, that they knew at the middle of last season that they wanted to improve this. So absolutely crazy. But I also want to talk about this here on the Falcons drafting Michael Penix at number 8. I'm sure they have a reason for it, which I can see. It's a good long-term planning there. If you hit on him, you've got the future with you. I totally understood it. I didn't think that it was a crazy move whatsoever. I thought somebody was probably going to do that with him. Interesting take on that. I see where Jason Light's coming from a GM perspective, but again, the Penix pick was just absolutely crazy. Here is what is interesting. Talking about the left guard competition, we've got Sua Opeta we've got Ben Bredeson and Robert Hainsey. We've got some guys with us last year too, so it's going to be a good competition. I'm probably going to make a separate video talking about this, but it seems like the Bucs might be done with interior O-line with Sua Opeta, Ben Bredeson, and Robert Hainsey. At least guys who can be competing for a starting role on the remaining talent. So yes, yeah, if we want to add some depth, yeah. So again, I would say that the Bucs are probably not going to be considering interior O-line, in terms of the starting caliber guys anymore. You look at round 2 and round 3, Bucs might be going some different directions there. Tom Brady was talked a lot with Jason Light about the relationship to the center position. Baker Mayfield contacted Jason Light after the pick of Graham Barton, getting excited when you pick big guys up front. Baker Mayfield's excited. You love that. Just everybody is excited about the opportunity here for Graham Barton. Protecting the quarterback is obviously a very, very important thing as well. They like Barton's ability as a run blocker. Also plays through the whistle. He's got a chance to be a very, very good run blocker as well. They did have some cornerbacks on the board at pick number 26. So does that mean like a Kool-Aid McKinstry and a Cooper DeJean were on the board possibly at that pick number 26? I don't know. Maybe Nate Wiggins was there as well. So all of our players are very professional. They understand it's a business, always looking to compete. I think Robert Hainsey understands that. Barton hasn't been handed the job yet. We certainly expect him to compete and everybody to compete. So I imagine they still are talking about Hainsey as like a center guard hybrid type of guy, competing at center or possibly competing at guard as well, which is interesting. From Jason Light there. Again, he ends it with this. Very important quality is the level of intelligence, majoring in public policy, and interning in a U.S. Senate office. That's freaking wild, man. So he's a great football mind, but in his case, he is. So it doesn't necessarily mean majoring in public policy and interning at a U.S. Senate office, you're going to have a great football mind, but he is. So there you go. There's Jason Light's comments about the Graham Barton pick. They love it. They're excited. It's the guy that they were targeting seemingly this entire time, and they got it. I'm going to talk more about what this means for Robert Hainsey based off of that couple of comments from Jason Light, probably in a separate video as well, but I wanted to bring that up to light and really just talk about how much Jason Light loves the pick. But let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. I'd love to hear them down in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.